My daughters mocked me for being a plumber and said all I do is get my hands in people's poop, so I cut them off. I'm a plumber. Been doing it for 18 years, putting my twin daughters through private school, paying for their designer clothes, their friend trips to Miami, everything. But apparently that wasn't good enough. Last week, I overheard them on FaceTime with their friends. Dad's coming to career day? God, kill me now. Everyone's parents are doctors and lawyers, and mine literally unclogs toilets for a living. Her sister laughed. Remember when he showed up to the spring formal smelling like sewage? Bryce's dad is a neurosurgeon. Ours is a human plunger. I stood there in the hallway, still in my work boots, holding the bag of takeout I'd just picked up. Their favorite Thai food from across town because they'd mentioned craving it yesterday. My hands were raw from scrubbing with industrial soap for 20 minutes, trying to get clean enough to not embarrass them at dinner. Guess it didn't matter. They kept going. Honestly, Mom should have waited. She could have done so much better than a guy who crawls through literal shit. That one gutted me. Their mom died when they were 8. Cancer. Brutal and fast. I was the one who sat up with them every night when they had nightmares. The one who learned to braid hair from YouTube videos. Who took off work for every single school event because they had nobody else. I became mom and dad. I thought that counted for something. He tries so hard to relate to us, one of them said, mimicking my voice. How was school, honey? Tell me about your friends. It's so cringe, like, you fix toilets, Dad. Stay in your lane. I'd asked about their day every single day for 10 years. Listened to every teenage drama, every friendship crisis, every crush and heartbreak. I actually cared. I wanted to know them, and to them, it was cringe. At least he pays for everything, the other one added. I'm definitely hitting him up for that spring break Cancun trip. It's like $2,800, but he always says yes. Easiest ATM ever. I'd been saving for that trip for 4 months, taking extra emergency calls at 2 a.m., working through my only days off. I wanted them to have memories, experiences, the life I never had. My dad was a plumber too, died at 54 from a heart attack on a job site. I remember being their age, ashamed of him at school. Then he was gone, and I'd have given anything for one more day of his grease-stained hugs. I swore I'd be different for my girls. I'd provide better, sacrifice more, make sure they never felt like they were missing out. And here they were, calling me an ATMA human plunger, an embarrassment. They started a group chat called Operation Keep Dad Away, planning to fake sick on career day so I wouldn't show up and embarrass them in front of their boyfriends. I saw it when one of them left her phone on the counter. Screenshots of me in my work van with laughing emojis, text bubbles saying, please don't let him come, and I'll literally die if he talks to Bryce. That night, I sat in my truck in the driveway for an hour before going inside. I looked at my hands, scarred, calloused, the nails permanently stained no matter how much I scrubbed. These hands built them a life. These hands held them when they were babies, fixed their bikes, signed every permission slip, clapped at every recital. These hands were their safety net, and they were ashamed of them. Something broke in me that night, not anger, just this deep, hollow ache, the kind that sits in your chest and makes it hard to breathe. I didn't say a word, just showed up anyway. The principal introduced me as our most successful graduate. Turns out I'd been named in the top 50 tradesmen in the state. My company pulls in $340,000 a year. I showed the auditorium my tax returns on the projector. Meanwhile, I said, looking right at my daughters, doctors and lawyers graduate with $200,000 in debt and take 15 years to break. Even I bought my house in cash at 29. Their faces went white. Bryce whispered something to my daughter. She looked like she wanted to die. After, I handed them each a bill, $47,000 for their school tuition this semester. You've got 30 days, or you're transferring to public school. Maybe washing toilets doesn't sound so bad now.